Hi, I'm Alan Gardner. I'm the course leader for the ACP program here at UCLan, and along with my colleague Lynn Harrison, we're here to present our poster about our improvement work for our endpoint assessment. We have run an ACP program here since 2006, and in 2019, we started enrolling apprentices for the first time. You can see from our data that between 2021 and December 22, we had 74 apprentices attempt the endpoint assessment, and from this we know that we had a first attempt pass rate of about 81%. You can also see from the bottom left of your screen that it's a significant growth area for us, that we've got a large number of apprentices coming through our program. And so we identified this as a real opportunity to make things better for our learners and to try and drive some improvements for their learning experience, but also to drive an improvement for the outcome of the EPA. So we chose a specific methodology. With our backgrounds in quality improvement, we identified the action research cycle as being appropriate because that also lends itself well to co-creative and co-design methods. And from this, we generated our aim, which was to increase that first attempt pass rate from 81% to 90%. And we worked closely with our learners to identify opportunities to make improvements to our EPA preparation period. So we have an 8-week preparation period, including things like drop-ins. We introduced some new videos that were introduced early on in the program so they have better understanding of the touch points throughout the program, as well as what to expect from the endpoint assessment. We've also included mock examination and reflection and review sessions and other formative milestones. And alongside this, we understood that the open book exam had a higher pass rate than the presentation of practice. So we've made sure that the presentation of practice is earlier on in the EPA period so that then it prioritizes that with our learners. In relation to the evaluation, you can see from our data here that we've been able to achieve our aim within this period. So we've moved our first attempt pass rate from 81% to 90%, that we had 68 apprentices between July 2023 and July 2024. So they attempted the EPA. And through this period, we were also able to use semi-structured interviews to get a better understanding of the experiences of these learners. And in particular, we were interested in why there might be a higher percentage fail rate of for the presentation of practice. And the crux of this was that learners seemed to find the concept of the exam much more stressful, and so with that perception of stress and the unknown in the exam, they tend to prioritize much more resources going into preparing for the exam as opposed to the presentation of practice. Whilst we're proud of the increases and improvements that we've seen through this project, we also have some next steps which are going to include better engagement and input from our employers, trying to get them involved in the early workshops within the EPA preparation period. We've also identified a need to engage with our learners who have special educational needs so that then we can work with them to prepare for the exam in particular from earlier on in the program. We've had several learners recently with SEND needs that have worked with us to help us understand how they're preparing for the exam, and that's given us a lot of ideas to work with our learners that are going through the program currently so that they feel better prepared when they get to the EPA period. Our other priority is to work closely with our module leaders so that the EPA preparedness is embedded throughout every module, certainly the core modules on the program, so that those touch points are better recognized throughout the program. And if you've made it this far, thank you so much for listening.